Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home. Today we have a vintage Eveready automatic petrol lighter made in Germany and featuring a map of Switzerland. A really cool old lighter that appears to at least still have most of its paint, if not all of it. See the background of red behind the shield there underneath where it says Swiss. Also says Switzerland, has north indicated as up, which I believe it is on all maps that I've ever seen anyway. It's a high polish lighter where the country of Switzerland on the map is sort of in a frosted finish. It then has an outline of red, also some blue to indicate bodies of water, and I don't know if some of those are roads or if those are rivers. Maybe the blue is all water. Maybe it's lakes, rivers, perhaps an inlet from the ocean. I'm not familiar enough with the country of Switzerland to know for sure. But a really cool old lighter. I looked this up on the Toledo Bend VCL website, and it said there on the listing page, where they are in alphabetical order, that Eveready was made in the late 1940s. Then if you clicked on the little informational part there, it says that Otto Gaydyke from Berlin Nuclen produced lighters from 1948. So from that information, I would deduce that Otto Gaydyke was the person behind the Eveready company, perhaps even the designer of the lighter. This is what I typically call a slipcase lighter because of the manner in which it is fueled. It is also a fully automatic lighter. You can see the wick we replaced last week, maybe the week before. Disassembled the mechanism, got it straightened up, and it's a pretty reliable lighter, but just how reliable we have yet to determine. Nice big flame. The back side of the case does not have any advertising or promotional graphic like the front does. So I think you would be correct in calling this a souvenir lighter for the country of Switzerland, which I think is interesting that it was made in Germany, which I guess would be appropriate, seeing as today, here in America anyway, you find all kinds of souvenir items promoting places and things, landmarks, different places, national parks, states, cities, whatever, and wherever people visit. And the vast majority of those souvenir items are produced in China. But a German-made Eveready lighter is much more well made. At least I would think it should be much more well made than your typical Chinese made souvenir that you find being sold in convenience stores or other places today. I mentioned that this is a slipcase lighter, and that is how it gets its name. The entire lighter is self-contained. You have the entire mechanism, everything you need to work except for the cover that encloses it all. That's all that slipcase is. Doesn't appear to be any markings on the mechanism. Got a nice cover plate here to segment the bottom of the insert, and of course the whole thing just slides right down in there. I believe this is a chrome plated brass case. You can see the typical brass colored hue inside of there. Goldish tone leaning toward a little bit green as it oxidizes and tarnishes. Slide our mechanism back into the case. And there really wasn't much different about this mechanism than there are any other automatic Petrol lighters. I would not call it a Ronson clone, but the principles that are at work in a Ronson mechanism that allow you to take that apart and clean it, clean out old flint, dust, whatever, and put it back together and cause it to work more reliably. Those same principles you could use in this Eveready lighter. The clutch spring looked a little bit different. The thumb lever looks a little bit different. But the principles of mechanics that it is working off of are all the same. So this is a really cool lighter that I am glad to make its acquaintance and be able to use it around the headquarters here a little bit. Get it back up in working order. And at this point, I would say that the function of this lighter is still up in the air just a little bit. Obviously, a dependable functioning lighter you should not be able to actuate now 5 times in a row and take it the 6th time before it will light. Some lighters seem to really want you to hammer down on that thumb lever in order to actuate them. But I don't believe that that's the way that any of them were designed. But old file wheels do wear out sometimes. And there are other variables at play. So we will get to the bottom of whether or not this is a functional, reliable, dependable lighter. And when and if it is, then you will find it for sale at dependableflame.com/current eBay listings. Until next time.